Yeah, well, the White House says that the summit is about establishing a relationship and setting a tone. But think about this. The president ordered a missile strike and then sat down for a fancy dinner with America's biggest economic rival. So how's that for setting the tone? Let's bring in Dan McClory, Managing Director and Head of China for Bousted Securities. Dan, good to have you with us. Dan, what message did that missile strike send to China?
Well, I think it definitely shows that President Trump is prepared to act. And many quarters have already reported that this is, in fact, a metaphor, if not a proxy, for what could occur with North Korea. I don't think I would take it that far. But as you point out, Michelle, to sit down to the equivalent of a high-level dinner, if not a state dinner, with President Xi, and then to, from what we understand, casually remark to him during the course of the dinner that this is what had occurred, is quite fascinating.
So, Dan, if the president was signaling that without more robust Chinese help with North Korea, that the next target for preemptive American military action may just be North Korea, if that was the message he was trying to send, how do you expect Beijing to react?
Well, they're going to continue to be measured in their response. Obviously, there are a lot of differences between those two geopolitical situations. The threat of instability in North Korea leading to, economic, if not popular chaos in parts of China that are so directly linked is one that immediately comes to mind.
Well, do you think that this is going to put the squeeze on China to enforce more economic sanctions and punitive measures against North Korea to prevent a U.S. missile strike, which could destabilize the region?
I think that action says so much more than whatever could have been said verbally between Xi and Trump in the last 2 days. So yes, I think it will be a strong motivating force, if only in the background for now, in future decision making.
Dan, as we know, China has vetoed UN Security Council resolutions against Syria. Why is China supporting Syria?
Status quo, stability, wait and see kind of an attitude. Don't forget, Michelle, that in the Xinjiang province, which is sort of a restive province in the west of China, there are actually militants from China who are in Syria. And that's also been a consideration. But if you look back over the last 6 years, Russia has vetoed Syrian resolutions at the UN Security Council 7 times. China's done it 6 times. So I think they're taking a little bit more of a wait and see. I don't know how long this wait is going to be. They certainly want stability in the region and perhaps see it through the continuation of the existing regime.
Well, Dan, whilst the president was perhaps sending a message to China, and a very strong one at that, let's keep in mind that those Tomahawk missiles used in Syria, well, a vital component for them comes from China. Those rare earth elements, they come almost exclusively from China. So could China perhaps use its stranglehold on rare earth elements as leverage?
They could, but it's not likely. That would be a very, very strong comeback, Michelle, were they to invoke it. I don't think they're going to go to that degree. This would call into question, beyond the Tomahawk missiles, all range of other weaponry, guidance systems, etc. So I don't think they're going to invoke it. They certainly have the power to do so.
Well, Dan, the president said that despite all of this, that tremendous progress was made in these talks and that he expects him and President Xi to overcome any problems. Is there any indication of what differences have actually been narrowed? What did you get from this meeting?
What I got was the fact that a budding friendship has developed here. And Trump has shown an ability to depart from this very caustic campaign rhetoric and to be political, to be correct, to be statement-like in his interactions with Mr. Xi. I think that's extremely important rather than resolving any particular issue that was on the table. They were civil. There was not embarrassment, and they got along. So I think that's the beginning of a relationship here that's going to play out over the next 3.5, 4 years.
All right. Thanks for your insight, Dan McClory. Good to have you with us.
Sure.